Take your CJ7 all the way to 11. Jeepin' with Cool Guy.
Well, in today's episode, we're going to take apart or take off the rocker panel trims, or the rocker trim, or whatever these things are called. I'm a little worried about this kind of bubbling that's going on through here. These pieces were optional elements. I believe that they came automatically with the Laredo trim and the Golden Eagle trim. I think that they were an option with the Renegade trim. I don't know if they were an add-on or not. Anyways, point is that these usually were either chrome or black. I think chrome was the standard, black may have been, people painted them, I don't really know. I think the previous owner painted this thing over the top of the chrome. I don't know, we'll have to see once we get it off. But it consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 bolts that are, it's like a T. So there's like this metal slot, or there's this slot behind this, that this metal square, rectangle, is welded to a bolt called T-bolts, and it goes through the body, and then you screw it on from behind, and that's what draws it in. Problem with these things is that that bolt pretty much rusts all the way through. So I'm gonna cut this thing out. I'm gonna cut these bolts off from behind, and then we'll pull that out, and we'll see how this thing actually all goes together. Okay, here we go. I got them all cut off. And that's pretty much it. Well, doesn't look too bad. I mean, these things I think are aluminum. I'm going to go with aluminum, that's why they don't rust. And they've just got these T-bolts in here. See if we can get one of these out real quick, or at least get it moving. That's going to take a little bit longer. These things are pretty much like oxidized fused in here. It's probably why I'm getting a little bit of this bubbling through. It's just the aluminum oxidizing. So I'm going to work with some heat and some loosening agents and see if I can get these things popped out. And I guess you need 5 each side, so 10 total. But let me get these things out and we'll take a close-up examination of what these things look like. Alright, I've got this thing sitting on a towel so I don't scrape it, but I've doused this thing in WD-40 and other lubricants. And I've got a flattened off screwdriver with a blunt end and a hammer, and I basically just kind of opened it up to the point where these will slide. It may take a little while. But anyways, once you get to the point where it does slide, it just comes out through this channel down here at the end, like that. You can see all the WD-40. And that's what the T-bolt looks like. It is, well, I don't know if this is original or not. This is interesting, because this is just a bolt welded onto the end of this T-bracket. Now, what may have happened is in a previous life, this may have broken off and the guy just welded a bolt on here, but this is essentially exactly what they look like. So that's the T-bolt. You can get these off of eBay or other places. If I can find a link to them, a place that provides these, I'll put it in the comments. But that's essentially how you get them out. You just have to kind of pound it along, get it loosened up, and then just slide it all the way down that track. Now that I flipped this over and I'm looking on the underside of it, mine's actually originally black. So they just painted over it with gray. So what I'm going to do is once I get these things out, I'm going to strip this thing down to the aluminum, and then I'm gonna powder coat it black again. And then we'll be right back to where we needed to be. Alright, there we have it. Two pretty good rocker rail trim. These are actually in a good shape. I'm pleased with this. They are very easily recoverable. And here's your 10, or let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, because I think one of them just disintegrated. T-bolts. Once I got this thing going, all you have to do is just break them off the oxidation and the things slide really easy. So there you go. 2 side rocker panel trims and a whole bunch of rusty T-bolts to be replaced. Alright, well, just finished up the rocker panel, or the rocker guard, trim guard. So, did a little bit of research on these things, and earlier in this video I talked about how they came in 2 different versions. It was black or chrome, and they weren't actually chrome. There were 2 versions. One is the black, and it's the way that the factory did it was that these are aluminum, and they would put it in some kind of a oxidizing, I think it was aluminum oxide or some kind of a darkening agent, acid. And what it would do is it would turn the aluminum, put like a black, very dark charcoal finish on it. The service manual, the repair manual that came from the factory, was that you couldn't replicate the chemical process. So if you were to repair it or restore it, you would paint it semi-gloss black, and that's exactly what I did, because this is the way that they came on the Golden Eagle apparently. The other option is was not chrome, but it was just polished aluminum. So all they did was take the aluminum and put a little bit of a buffer on it, and that's where you get the chrome effect. Fairly shiny, but not like chrome effect. So those are the 2 ways at it. You can either go with the semi-gloss black, or you can go with just polishing the aluminum itself. I chose the semi-gloss black. I'm very excited about the way that it came out. I think these things look great. So there you have it. That's how you restore and remove your rocker panel trim.